What if the life you've been waiting for is waiting on you? Not more time, not more money, just one decision to stop standing still and finally start. Have you ever found yourself waiting? Waiting for the right time, the right mood, the perfect opportunity? Maybe you've told yourself, I'll start that business when the kids are older, or I'll finally get in shape when work slows down. We tell ourselves we need just a little more money, a little more time, a little more certainty. But what if the truth is, you're not waiting for the world to change. You're just scared to ignite what's already burning inside you. There's a story I want to tell you about a man who kept waiting for life to begin until one moment forced him to see that the fire he was searching for had always been his to light. His name was Michael. He was 44, divorced, 2 kids, and stuck in a job he no longer believed in. Every morning he sat in traffic, listening to the same news, sipping lukewarm coffee, wondering how his life had gotten so flat. Not bad, just numb. He used to paint when he was younger, big, vivid canvases that made people feel something. But now, his brushes sat in a dusty box in the garage, untouched for 18 years. Maybe one day, he'd mutter every time he passed by it. But that day never came. There was always a bill to pay, a meeting to attend, a problem to solve. He wasn't miserable, but he wasn't alive either. And deep down, he knew it. One evening, while scrolling through his phone in bed, half watching a video, half ignoring his own thoughts, he stumbled across an old photo. It was him, 22 years old, standing in front of a huge canvas covered in red and gold, smiling like he had the sun inside him. Something cracked, not loudly, not dramatically, just enough. He stared at that photo like it belonged to someone else. Who was that man? And when exactly did he go missing? Michael didn't cry, but his chest tightened like he'd been holding his breath for decades. That night, for the first time in years, he walked into the garage and opened the box. The brushes were stiff, but still whole, just like him. He didn't know what he was doing. The paint was dry, the colors were wrong, his hands were clumsy, but something in him lit up, a small, shaky flame. Every night after the kids went to bed, he painted. Not for money, not for social media, just for himself. And the more he painted, the more alive he felt. Not everything changed overnight. The job was still draining, the bills didn't disappear, and he didn't suddenly become fearless. But there was a shift, a pulse, a reminder that he was still in there, under the layers of responsibility and years of waiting. He had found something that didn't ask for permission to burn. It just needed him to stop putting it out. Months passed. One day his daughter walked into the garage and stood quietly, watching him paint. After a while, she said, "I didn't know you were an artist." He paused, brush in hand, and realized neither did he, not anymore. But hearing it from her, seeing her eyes light up, made something click. This wasn't just about him. His fire gave her permission to find her own. He started saying yes to small art shows, then local exhibits. Not to prove anything, but because the flame had grown too big to hide. Every time he showed up, nervous and imperfect, he was reminding himself, life doesn't wait for you to feel ready. You light the fire, or you live in the dark. Michael never became famous. He didn't quit his job and move to Paris. But that wasn't the point. The point was, he stopped waiting. He stopped treating his dreams like guests who might not show up. He realized the fire he'd been hoping to find in some perfect moment had always been there, flickering quietly, waiting for him to believe in it. And maybe that's true for you too. Maybe the thing you keep postponing, the book, the song, the new chapter, isn't waiting on timing. It's waiting on courage. If this story lit even a small spark in you, don't let it fade. Like this video, subscribe, and start listening to that voice inside you. It knows the way.